What's up, everybody? My name is Brian Smith, and today I'm going to be showing you how to animate a walk cycle in Procreate Dreams. This tutorial is for any beginner animators who are trying to learn how to animate a walk cycle. If you're maybe struggling with it and need some help, I got you. You can use this tutorial for any program. It doesn't have to be Procreate Dreams, but that's just the program that we're going to be using. In this tutorial, I will be showing you how to ink and color your characters for the walk cycle. I will also be showing you how to make two different types of loops. One loop where your character is walking in place, and another loop where your character is walking from one end of the screen to the other. At the very end of this tutorial, I will show you how to make a simple moving background. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's get right into it. The very first thing you're going to want to do is make a new project and design your character for your animation. I'm going to make like a simple character. All right, so here's our character. And when I like to animate, I like to reference this book. This is Richard Williams, The Animator Survival Kit. And you're going to want to reference this page right here. So if you feel free to take a screenshot of this. This is pretty much all you're really going to need. So after you've designed your character, you're going to want to draw these three poses. All right, you're going to want, you're going to start off with this middle one right here, and then these two other ones. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Make sure you're working on a separate track for this. And you're going to want this all to be pretty much like a sketch layer. You don't want to go right into inking just yet. So this is the very first thing you're going to want to draw. Just like that. And then you're going to want to take this, duplicate it, move this over, you're going to want to kind of signify which leg is in the back. So I'm going to color this leg in and make it darker so that you can tell which one's in the back. Let's make sure this leg is darker. You don't need to do this, but this kind of will help you just know which leg is in the front, which one's in the back. So let's duplicate this layer and move it back here. So another thing is you're going to want the feet to be in the same spot. Let's kind of move this so that the feet are in the same spot like that. You know, he's taking a step, his foot is not really going to be sliding around. So this next one is going to be like that. This needs to be brought down a lot. So we're going to move this down. And we're going to move this down. And we're going to clean up everything. And we're going to move this one up, because this is going to be the highest point. So right here, I'm extending the legs out because they were a little too short. And then I'm swapping what leg is in the front and which one is in the back for this third drawing right here. All right, so that's the first step you're just gonna want to do these 3 frames. So we want to do this blue one and this green one. We put an in-between frame here. We put it in between and lower than the first one. All right. And we're gonna worry about the arms after we do the legs. Okay, guys. The foot is gonna be in the same spot. We're kind of building around this 1 foot we drew originally. So this leg is bent. He's taking a step. And this other leg looks like it's lifting up. So build it from where the other foot was. Like this. He's kind of taking a big old step. Make this one darker so we can kind of see. This one's in the back, so we don't really get confused. You don't have to do this at all, by the way. I don't know if I already mentioned this, but like, you're not really gonna wanna, when you're doing a full like final animation, you're not really gonna wanna make the leg black like that unless the character has a singular black leg. So we can just duplicate this. This one's gonna be a little bit higher. Erase these legs. And so this one's gonna be kind of like, he's on his tippy toe here. So this is our very first step. There we go. Now we're gonna want to continue this walk. I'm gonna move everything actually like more to the left. And the reason we're bringing everything over to the left is so that we have enough room to continue the walk. So I would say if you're moving your animation like this, just line this 1 foot up and it will all look good. Now, we're not worrying about the arm just yet. So let's erase this one arm. So I want this to keep going because I don't want it to stop right here. So we're gonna duplicate another layer. So we're gonna duplicate, so this frame and this frame are the same, it's just the legs are reversed. So the frame that comes after this one is this one. So we can copy that and paste it here and put the onion skin on so we can see what's going on. Then we're gonna move this one over here. All right, I think it's right here so that these feet are lined up. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch which leg is in the front and which leg is in the back. So let's just erase the darkness here. And like, this is the part where it gets a little hard if you can't really like keep your head wrapped around what's going on. And this is why I'm here to help you guys kind of understand what we're doing, okay? So now this is the leg that's in the front, and this other leg is going to be the one that's in the back. So let's do like that. And darken this leg. So now that is the other leg. And at this point, I'm going to actually start working on the arms. So I'm just going to copy what he has going on for the arms. So on this frame, we have So it's kind of an opposite thing going on. We're gonna keep the arms very simple. So we don't need to go crazy. So the arm is in the back, like this, and this arm is in the front, and they're kind of doing an opposite of what the legs are doing. So like the leg that's in the front is going towards the right, and the arm that's in the front is going towards the left. So when it's in this middle frame, the arm is kind of just in the center. So I feel like something's slightly off here, but I think this arm is swung a little too forward here. That's the problem. So and bring this arm out a little bit more. So if things don't look really right, you can just kind of adjust it, but there we go. So we got this second frame duplicated over here. So now we're gonna want to duplicate this one, copy and paste it actually, but now we just need to move it over to the correct spot. So turn on onion skin mode, make it so that you can move it, put this leg here, go into drawing mode, and we're gonna switch which leg is in the front, which leg is in the back. So okay, so we just duplicated the middle frame and switched the legs around. So the frame after that is going to be this one. So let's copy it, add it to the end again, move it over so that the feet are lined up, and switch the shading on the legs. We wanted to end with this frame again, so yeah, we'll just take, I think if we, yeah, instead of duplicating this one now and erasing all that, we can just copy and paste this first one. Paste it right there. Drag it all the way here. Okay, since the first and last frame are the same exact frame, you only have about 8 frames. So once you've drawn these 8 frames, I'm going to show you how to ink and color in your character. And then I'm going to show you how to make a looping animation for the character walking in place and for the character walking onto screen and off the screen. Add track. Take what you can do here is, so I'm gonna like duplicate the track so I have a backup track. We're gonna hide this one. We're going to select all of this because Procreate Dreams is kind of booty, so you can't really make the entire track like have a transparency, but you can make a group have the transparency. So now that the group has the transparency, and I have a backup of all my, zoom out a little bit. I have a backup of all my frames that I drew down here in case anything happens. I can go grab them back. And I also have a backup of all of the projects here in case anything happens. So we're gonna work on this higher up track, and we're going to ink everything. So take your ink tool and frame 1, just ink it up. So we're gonna do that for all of the frames. Okay, once you got all that done, you're gonna want to color everything in. So let's color it all in. Be careful when you're using this program, Procreate Dreams, because the fill tool doesn't really work that well. So when you fill something in like this, it leaves you with a weird white line like that, and then you're gonna have to color that in. So it will just take too much time to do it like that. So instead, you're gonna want to just duplicate your inked layer, just like I'm doing right here, and you're just gonna want to fill right into that second inked layer that you made, and it'll look a lot better. But yeah, now that you have everything inked and it's all looking good, I'm going to show you how to make a looping animation of the character walking onto screen and off the screen, and a character walking in place. To get the character walking in place, you're just going to want to put all the frames on top of each other. So I'm putting them all into the center. Make sure they are all lined up, and that's how you do that. At the very end of this video, I will show you how I did my simple moving background. To make your character walk from one end of the screen to the other, this is a little bit trickier than making it loop in place, but it's still very easy. All you have to do is copy and paste the frames that you've already drawn and just move them around into the right spot. So since frame 1 and frame 9 are the same exact frame, you would just copy and paste frame 2 and put that after frame 9. All you have to do is make sure that the feet line up, and it's pretty straightforward. I mean, that's pretty much it. If anyone is having any trouble with this, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I'll consider making a video more in depth of how to do this. But yeah, once you've done all that, add yourself a little background. The background can be stationary because your character is the one who's moving, and extend it out, and there you go. You got your character walking from one end of the screen to the other. Alright, here's how we're going to do that moving background trick. So just draw your background normally, how you draw any background, and then on a separate track, do a bunch of clouds. Since we're in an animation software, you can kind of draw the clouds off of the page. I drew way too many clouds. I didn't need that many, but it's always better to be safe. So we have these clouds. I want them to move across the screen. I want them to go very slowly, and I want them to only go from left to right. So we're going to start it from here, and we're going to hit the move and scale, and then over here, by the end, I want the clouds to move, but I only want it to move left and right. So when I move it, I'm going to hold down a second finger, and that will put snapping on. You can change the easing, actually, by holding down this, clicking expand, going to the X, and set easing to linear. If you don't set the easing to linear, the clouds are just going to speed up and slow down at an inconsistent rate. It's not going to look right. So now we have a nice little cloud moving effect going on. Okay, everybody, that does it for this video. I hope this video helped you out. Please consider liking, subscribing, commenting if you did enjoy this video. And I hope to see you guys in the next one.